My friends. Pink thing. Dickhole. Brother, friends, pink thing, dickhole. Brother, friends, pink thing, dickhole. Fuck.
Dr. Robotnik. Enemy. Master registration deleted.
Okay, the fact that you can do that
Friends.
is kind of fucked.
Must save.
Once again, I point out, Eggman is a terrible programmer. His robot is literally able to go, I don't want you to be my master anymore. Deleted. That's not something that a robot should be able to do. I'm reminded of ROM. Remember? Read-only memories. Where he talks about like being able to alter his own programming, because a fully sapient, artificial intelligent, mechanical human being would have to be given the capacity for self-determinism. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like a person, which obviously was the intention in that game. But the fact that Gamma is capable of self-determinism, I think, proves that he's sapient. If he was restricted by programming, he wouldn't be able to alter his own programming. The fact that he can alter his own programming proves that he's not restricted by said programming. Excuse me. Oh, why would you do it? Why would you make a robot that needs rings? That's silly. So that's my argument. Although I guess you could still argue, no, that just proves Eggman sucks at making robots. That doesn't prove that Gamma is a person. It just proves that Eggman's fucking really shitty. Again, it's a fun argument you can go back and forth about, and I definitely don't disagree with the opposite conclusion that no, like, oh, it thinks it's people. I definitely can see that perspective. Especially when it's not clear, like when it's blatantly stated this is an artificial intelligence, but I mean, I'm just reading into this. You could totally be like, no, it's just a fucking, it's a bunch of ones and zeros. It's not a real person. It's not like an individual. It's just malfunctioning. The fact that it's able to do that proves that Eggman sucks and it's malfunctioning. Like, it's like if your toaster decides, hey, I don't feel like making you toast because it's not my free spirit, brah. Does that mean your toaster's a person, or does that mean your toaster's fucking broken? See, you have the maximum gun hand too. I am not familiar enough with Greek letterings to know what the fuck he is. Theta, Gamma, I guess Charlie or Theta? I don't know. And now look, watch him blow up. I beat him, watch him explode. In the middle there, keep your eyes on it. Tiny animal critter, he's a parrot. He was a parrot the whole time.
103 Delta. Rescue complete.
I rescued Delta by killing him and freeing the bird inside. The bird has been freed from the robotic shell containing it, therefore I rescued him? So what's Gamma's view on this? Does Gamma view the critter inside and the personality of the metallic external as one and the same? Maybe he feels like, oh, they've been programmed to be evil and they aren't capable of self-determinism like I am. Like, just raising all these weird ethical questions, Gamma. What if Delta had an independent personality that was separate from the bird within? And that's also explicitly confirms that all of the robots have animals inside them, including Gamma. There's no reason to think that he doesn't also have a critter in there. Does that mean you, like, what's your opinion? Like, it raises so many questions. Which is the individual? Oh, could it possibly mean maybe this is a false argument. Maybe the robot shell has the programming, and it's the personality and independent desires of the animal inside it that's influencing the change in the programming. Maybe that's it. Maybe when Orbot and Cubot are snarking and making fun of Eggman, that's not the robot programming that Eggman designed them with doing it, saying those things. Maybe that's the animal critter inside that's speaking outward through the personality matrix containing it? I don't know. I mean, I posited the hypothetical question of, would it be ethical to destroy a badnik that an anthropomorphic character had been placed inside of in order to free them, but kill the person? But perhaps in reality, that badnik wouldn't actually have a real personality? That wouldn't be their personality, that would be the personality of the animal buddy speaking out through the programming. I don't know, it does kind of raise an interesting variation on the question because of the unique factor of the robots having the animals inside of them. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of an episode of Star Trek, obviously. Star Trek Voyager, which is terrible, but it had an episode called Tuvix, where Tuvok and Neelix got in a transporter accident. They're two separate individuals, by the way. Those are two separate characters. And while they were being transported back onto the ship together, the transporter fucked up and merged them into a single entity, which again, I could talk about the weird ethical issues of transporters has been something that's long just discussed in Trek fandom. The fact that a transporter is literally breaking you down molecule by molecule and then reconstructing you as an exact replica, but for all intents and purposes, the individual entity that existed before being transported is dead, and for all intents and purposes, you've just been cloned with the exact same molecules and exact same memories and life experiences in a different location. Although, certain philosophers and scientists have also raised the fact that that's no different from when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, the consciousness that you are currently embodying ceases to exist. You literally lose consciousness. That consciousness was that entity, that person, that thinking, feeling, that everything that you are inside that makes you a person, that's gone, and when you wake up, that's an entirely new consciousness. And this one was a little blue jay.
E-104 Epsilon.
Epsilon!
You complete.
I like how we just skipped Charlie. I guess Charlie doesn't sound cool enough. Gamma, Beta, Delta, Epsilon. Charlie. I can see that. Anyway, in the Star Trek episode, they got merged into one person, and that person was named Tuvix, and
E-103 Delta, E-104 Epsilon, rescue mission accomplished.
Should be two more, right?
E-105 Zeta,
Zeta.
E-101 Beta, location unknown.
I love the head spin. Very R2-D2.
Perhaps aboard the egg carrier.
Which should be crashed, right? Interesting to note that Gamma's storyline here takes place after everyone else's is finished. Right now, Tails should be fighting the Egg Walker. Knuckles' story is completely done. Everyone's story that we've seen so far is basically over. Gamma's takes place after everyone else's is finished. I guess Knuckles is just taking a long time to get back here. Anyway, Tuvix is like an independent person, and he's not a combination of the two entities. It's not like he has split personalities or dissociative identity disorder. It's not like their two consciousnesses have been merged. Well, I guess they have, but like Tuvix is a person. He is his own like living creature, a fully cognizant, independent consciousness who just happens to be a merging of two other people. And here's the fucked up part. Here's the part where holy shit Voyager
will be departing.
Here's the part where holy shit Voyager's a terrible show. Is what happens is they decide, okay, fuck this. We want Neelix and Tuvok back. Shove Tuvix in the transporter and separate them. And Tuvix is like, no, I don't want to die. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die. That's literally the ethical query that I just raised. Is it ethical to kill a fully, like, independent consciousness in order to free the two consciousnesses that created him? Is that okay? And they do it. They fucking kill Tuvix by shoving him in the transporter and splitting him apart, and then Neelix and Tuvok are back, and I guess they're like, it's fine. But that's really fucked up. They literally killed a person. They literally murdered someone in cold blood who was begging for his life. That's not okay.
E-Series data. Beginning search. Accessing data. Hot shelter. E-Series location confirmed. Unlocking hot shelter sector now.
I like how he's still able to do that. Did you hear that music? What was that music? What was that track? I've never heard it before. I've never heard that song ever before in the game. What the fuck was that? So, like, I mean, I guess in Beta's view, his, like, feelings about it are the person, the entity who has the capacity for, like, my friend, the E-Series, is the animal inside. And what I'm freeing them from is the enslavement of their metallic shell. But does he also feel that way about himself? Right? Does he, like, is he a hypocrite? That's the question at the moment. There we go.
Here's your laser blaster. Its blast damages enemies in a wide pattern.
Because, I mean, that still raises so many questions. Because the robots Eggman has designed in the past have been explicitly hostile against Sonic and Co. So, is that the programming forcing that, like, is that essentially mind control? Like, they've been assimilated by the Borg, and they're, like, having that malicious will imposed upon them, and that's not their true personality? I mean, I guess that raises so many other science fiction concepts. Of, like, the Borg in particular, where I remember when Picard became Locutus of Borg, he would talk to Riker as Locutus and say, like, Picard would be disappointed in you. How would Locutus know? Is he still Picard, or... Anyway, that's getting so off topic. It's getting so off topic. I guess all that matters is what Gamma thinks is right. Oh god. Thank god that wasn't a pit. If this was Sonic 1, that would have been a pit, and I would have died. Nah, but Sonic hasn't been good since the Genesis, though. All the 3D games are bad. This game's bad. All the Genesis games are good, like Sonic 1, that had bottomless pits. Oh my god. on the fucking first level. Oh god, please don't die. Please, I was just talking all this shit. That's just like... Oh my god, am I not even supposed to be doing this? There was a ladder right there. that also... Oh my god, did you see that? That was awesome. This question I've always... like, ever since this game I've kind of been curious about, which is... How does Metal Sonic factor into that? Again... It would make more sense than not to assume that Metal Sonic has a little animal critter inside powering him, just like all the other badniks, right? Like, what in the process of making Metal Sonic made it not necessary to have a little robot powering him, but every other robot you've ever made needed a little animal critter there. Actually, no, fuck yeah, man. That's still, like, that ethical query is still valid, because Orbot and Cubot have independent personalities. Do you think if Sonic was like, okay, I'm gonna destroy you to free the animal inside, and rescue you from the, like, from the oppressive trappings of your programmed slavery, would they be okay with that? No, I still feel like they'd be like, nah, dude, please don't kill me. Like, fuck the little robot critter, I wanna live. Gamma ain't even asking. I mean, again, they shot first. Every single boss fight so far, the robot he fights shot first, so you could still argue it's acting in self-defense. But then he's saying, oh, I rescued them. I think Gamma's just a little fucked up in the head. I mean, as we've already established, she's just fucking malfunctioning. Like, how is it possible for a robot to be able to alter their own programming? You fucking suck at this, Eggman. You're so fucking terrible at your job. Maybe that's how he justifies it to himself. I don't know. Anyway, my point is, what about Metal Sonic? Does Metal Sonic have the robot? Does Metal Sonic have the animal critter inside him or not? And if so, like, that raises so many interesting questions about Metal Sonic. Because as we've established, Metal Sonic's never really been destroyed. He continues showing up throughout the series. Beyond Sonic CD. I mean, we just saw him in a container at the beginning of this story. I love train levels. A train level in any game typically stands a very strong chance of being the best level in that game. Like, in any kind of fucking story, the train is usually such a great setting. Because, like, that's a setting that creates instant drama. Just like boats, I find. I find boats aren't used enough. Like, it's a self-enclosed vehicle that's traveling at a high velocity, very small, cramped spaces, very claustrophobic in nature. Like, that's just ripe for dramatic exploitation. Oh, fuck you. That's not fair. I mean, that was a very short segment, but my point still stands. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. Thankfully, those guys were there to help me out. Please stop shooting me. I really wish you wouldn't do this. I'm trying to get time back here, Jesus. For some reason, he's targeting all these fucking boxes I don't give a shit about. Anyway, like, I've always... Yeah, I say all that, like, here's the point I'm getting at. I think it would be interesting hypothetically, if the animal critter that Robotnik put inside Metal Sonic to create Metal Sonic, man, Robotnik fucked you up, Beta. Jesus. That's some body horror shit right there. That's like the robot version of the Thing. I think it would be interesting, theoretically, if the animal buddy that Eggman put inside Metal Sonic, he is a, peacock, I guess.
E-105 Zeta. Rescue complete.
Rescue complete. I rescued the peacock. I mean, to be fair, that one's the most easily justifiable. Poor Theta there was stuck in this hellish existence, being rooted in place as a fucking gun encampment in this empty room in the middle of the hotbox and the fucking egg here. What a fucking twisted asshole Eggman is. I think it would be really interesting if the animal buddy that Eggman put inside Metal Sonic volunteered. I think it would be interesting, and again, this is pure like fan theory. This is where I go all fan in headcanon here. That's like totally baseless and made up, but I think it's interesting, theoretically, if there was an animal buddy that just really fucking hated Sonic. Like, fucking hate that guy. He's such a prick. Like, who does he think he is? And went to Eggman and was like, yeah, fucking kidnap me, fucking capture me, roboticize me, turn me into a robot, this is gonna be awesome. And from that, Metal Sonic was created. Like, the most, like, fucking vicious, antagonistic rival that Sonic's ever had, and the most long-lasting.
Rescue complete.
Anyway, that's
Units
just...
remaining.
That's just me.
Gamma.
So there it is. Convenient timing.
Beta.
So Gamma does consider himself on the hit list. He does consider himself in need of being rescued, I guess you could say? That poses such a weird question. Again, it raises this issue of who's the person? Is it the robot, or is the animal inside, like, breaking through? I guess such a somber fucking boss theme. Like, Jesus Christ. Gwyn, eat your heart out. Jeez. Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, eat your heart out, right? So Beta will just fucking block all your shit. Look at that. He's such a badass. It's so cool. He started it though. It's just a sibling spat. Is it like when in fiction when a character is mind controlled? And like they'll be acting against their own will. But like be able to break through it and be like, help me, break me out of this, kill me, you know, please kill me, in order to free me from my, like, mental enslavement, right? God damn. Is it like that? Is the robotic exterior like they're brainwashing, and the animal critter inside is the real person screaming for liberation? I mean, I guess Gamma feels that way, but he's, like, making that assessment about himself, too. And he clearly has a degree of freedom to his thought process, and, like, he altered his own programming. Like, Gamma, you're raising so many ethical quandaries that I find very interesting. I wish you'd be more clear on what the fuck the situation here is. Come on, there we go. Let's end this.
Mission complete.
We don't see him blow up. What a cheap shot. You have no honor! Fucking Ryu'd your ass. Sagat. Oh, it was a flicky. It was an adorable little flicky. And with a big blast radius. I guess the bird just doesn't care. Okay, now what? What is your plan? Gamma. Did you have a plan? Cool guys don't look at explosions. Woo! There it is. So I think you can see why so many people have a fondness for Gamma's story in this game. Like, I kind of jumped off the fucking like bounce pad to just go into all this fucking sci-fi topics that I think are really fun to think about, so fuck it, I took an excuse to talk about a lot of fun science fiction concepts that I like to think about. I've said this before, robots are my favorite thing. Robots are my favorite thing. Any opportunity to talk about this shit is really fun for me. But even, like, ignoring all that, that's a really good little story, isn't it? It has a really fun little ending. Oh, it has a little ending. Oh, bird came out. And very, like, pretty short. That's, I actually think Biggs might be longer. Gamma's has a really fucking short story with a cute little, like, plot and very experimental gameplay, I find. Again, this game was a tech demo for the Dreamcast. Fucking Gamma, of all people, gets a flashback. Very new, right? Like, first time we've ever tried making gameplay mechanics like this. I don't know if people shit on this gameplay. I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad they kept it and expanded on it in Adventure 2. Like, there was some meat on this bone, and I'm glad they, like, sunk their teeth into it a little bit more with the next game. Because there was some, like, very rudimentary, and again, very, like, our first try at it. But not to complain about. Gamma kind of controls awkwardly, but me being an asshole, you can argue Gamma's just a weird, big, clunky, uncoordinated robot he's supposed to control kind of badly. And they do improve on that in the next game with this style of gameplay. Dreadfox. Great theme song, as usual. I kind of wish... I still say this raises a lot of weird ethical questions about Eggman's robots. Because what about Omega? Like, he gets treated as a person. He gets treated as, like, an individual. He's a part of Team Dark. He's their buddy. What, like, how would they feel if you busted up Omega and destroyed the robotic shell and freed the little animal buddy that was inside of it? Would they be like, you just fucking killed Omega, he was our friend? Or would you be like, Omega was the fucking animal inside the robot? I don't, like... I still say it's an interesting moral dilemma that I feel like Gamma kind of oversimplified there. I feel like Gamma was a little bit, like, again, pretty clear there that Gamma was malfunctioning. Which I guess lends credence to the idea that, no, not a person, robot reacting to ones and zeros. The ones, like, you didn't put a fucking colon at the end of the fucking line, so that corrupted the data and resulted in a malfunction that caused him to go maverick and start attacking the other Eggman robots. And any, like, superficialities of independent thought and personality were just a complete byproduct. Yay! Birbs! It was a burb all along. Birbs, very cute. Very fun. Anyway, that's Gamma.